Guys, we have a special guest at the tavern today. He is the wrestling god, Impact Wrestling's TNA World Heavyweight Champion, the one and only Moose. Moose,
how you doing?
Good, man.
Somebody else. You're not the first guy I was talking to. That magic.
Yeah. Yeah. The magic of Zoom.
Yeah.
So Moose, you've came such a long way since your days at Syracuse, and in the past year alone, you've really elevated your game and you're firing on all cylinders. Was there a specific turning point for you in this last year that you feel kind of propelled you into doing the best work of your career?
Yeah, definitely. My the whole thing that I did with EC3 definitely did it. I feel like before that feud, I tried so hard to be an entertainer, and I was looking at wrestling all wrong, and that feud helped me do a hard reset to be the monster I needed to be years ago.
Now, I know in the past you've credited Curtis Big Cat Hughes, Scott D'Amore, Jay Lethal, Scott Hall as being kind of instrumental in getting you to where you are today. Is there anyone in the Impact locker room today that you maybe lean on for advice or guidance?
Oh yeah, definitely. Eddie Edwards, one of my great friends, my best friends in the business, and he definitely helps me a lot with my growth. Tommy Dreamer is another one. EC3 definitely is somebody that I look to when I need advice about certain aspects in wrestling. Because people don't realize I haven't been doing this that long. I've only been doing this 6 years now,
right?
Not a long time. And then you got other guys in other companies that I can't really talk about or I'll get in trouble. That has helped me also. So I mean, there's a lot of names that have helped me get to the point where I'm at right now.
Now you stepped up on short notice at Hard to Kill. And in my opinion, and a lot of others, you stole the show of that 6-man tag against Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers.
That's funny. I feel like people only said that because of 2 moves that I did. It's like I could have wrestled that match and I do a moonsault or a Spanish fly, and nobody would realize that I was there. But I did 2 moves, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, you stole the show!" But like, it is what it is. I mean.
You were all over the internet. It was definitely the hot topic of the night. And can you just talk about your mentality going into that match? Because you go in on short notice, you're teaming with the man you are about to face at Sacrifice on March 13th. So what was the mentality like going into that 6-man against the Bullet Club?
Honestly, I feel like I should have been in the main event the whole time. So I kind of took it personally when I wasn't even supposed to be on the pay-per-view, and I got a call the last minute that I was replacing somebody else that was on the main event of the pay-per-view. So, I definitely knew it was being Kenny Omega being in the match, and people look at him as one of the best wrestlers in the world. I felt like this was my chance to outshine one of the best wrestlers in the world. And if I go in there and do what I've been doing in the ring for the past few years now, I could easily outshine Kenny Omega. And that's exactly what happened.
So it sounds like, the promo you had on Impact last night where you talked about you never feel like you've gotten the respect of being a champion with that TNA title. It sounds like maybe that was playing a little bit into that night. Like you should have been on the main event to begin with.
Yeah, I felt like I should have been when they named the 3 guys from the Impact side to face Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. I should have definitely be the top of the list of guys they called, but I definitely took that very personal, and I took that as disrespect. So when I was given a call to be on the pay-per-view, I knew that I was going to be going in. I knew I was going to be the MVP of the match because that's a mindset I was going in with. Even though it was in a losing effort, I knew I was going to.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, what's the preparation going into a bigger match like that? You amp up your training, buckle down on your diet. Like, what's kind of how you get prepared for that?
Like the great Bill Belichick says, business as usual, just another day in the office. So that's the mindset I take with every match I'm in. I don't look at a match too big, and I don't look at a match too low. It's just they're going another day at the office. And honestly, that's the mindset I take to every match. I just think this match was. I'm not trying to contradict myself, but I just felt with the disrespect and not being in the pay-per-view and not being in the main event at all, I took it as, you know what, I just had that extra oomph. Right. But that doesn't mean the match was any bigger than any other match. I just had that extra oomph on my step that night.
So go in and do your job, huh?
Yeah. Yep. So wrestling and training, it's very taxing on the body. Your business as usual, but that takes a lot of work too. And so what do you do to kind of enjoy your downtime? How does Moose kick back and relax?
My downtime is actually harder than what I do at work. That's the funny thing about it. I train like a psycho. I train like a maniac to get my body physically ready to go wrestle. I feel like the going to work that's like the vacation, for what I do on a regular.
You hear that a lot. I've always heard pro fighters, they boxers and UFC fighters, they talk about the fight is the easy part. It's all the stuff leading up to it.
All right.
What's your thoughts on the current partnership between Impact Wrestling, AEW, and New Japan?
That's funny. I don't know much about it. I see all these things on our shows, but they don't let us know anything. So I don't really know. Fans and friends ask me that all the time, and I don't know what to tell them because I don't know. But like, I know Kenny comes there sometimes, and Good Brothers go there sometimes. But can I go there? Can somebody else come here? I don't know what the relationship is, but I just know is whatever's going on is good for business on both sides, and it's helping both companies out. But I can't really speak on it because I don't know much about it.
Does the partnership add any extra pressure to you as an athlete with like possible outside talent coming in, or because I know as fans we're just excited for all the surprises and stuff, but I wonder about that as an athlete. Do you guys get concerned with other talent coming in, or are you excited for potential matchups?
No, like I said, it's business as usual. I go in with my lunch pail, ready to work. It doesn't matter who shows up that day, if it's Kenny, if it's Moxley, if it's anybody on that side, or anybody from New Japan. I'm just going into work, ready to work. And whoever shows up, I don't worry about it. It doesn't affect me. I've made a statement for who I am in Impact Wrestling, so nobody coming in should affect anything that has to do with Moose. So
are you open to walking through the forbidden door? Can we, would you be open to showing up on AEW or on New Japan?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm given a green light, sure. I mean,
I know as fans,
I don't think that's a decision that I could make on my own.
Right.
Like, I just can't buy a flight to Japan and show up at a New Japan show and beat people up, and I'll probably get arrested. So I mean, if I'm given the green light, then sure, yeah.
Well, the last thing we want to see is a news article where Moose gets arrested, but we would like to see you show up.
Yeah.
So on March 13th at Impact Wrestling Sacrifice, you have the chance to take Rich Swann's Impact World Championship. If you win that night and become a double champion, is there anything else? Is there another belt that you're eyeing? What's next after Moose becomes double champion?
To answer that question, I could give you my opinion, but I know what the answer is, and I don't want to spoil it, and I don't want to tell a lie. So to answer that question, all you have to do this Tuesday on Impact on Assets, watch the show, and you'll find out exactly what's going on with the title and what's going next and what the big stakes are on the line for this match, because there's bigger stakes on the line that nobody knows about, but you guys will find out on Tuesday.
Absolutely. And we're looking forward to that. And I was excited to hear Scott say that, now the TNA title is you've done so much work with it over the past year, and to hear that it's actually a recognized title now. How do you feel about that?
Exact same way I felt before it was recognized as a real title, because the mindset I had, I carried myself as a world champion. I carried myself as the TNA heavyweight champion. So it didn't matter what Scott said or did. I still felt the same way. The analogy I use is kind of like somebody calling Bill Gates and telling him, "Oh yeah, I'm declaring you a millionaire." He's already a millionaire. Like,
sure.
So what is somebody calling him that and telling him that going to do for his ego? Nothing. And Scott making the TNA heavyweight championship actual championship didn't do nothing for me, because I knew it was already an actual championship.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be wrong about this, Moose, but when I see you come down to the ring and the music's hitting, you've got that epic entrance and your ring gear. As a longtime wrestling fan, I get vibes of Macho Man with your gear and the bandana. Did he play any? Were you a Macho Man fan? Because I love. It's almost the gear gives me those vibes, and I love it.
Obviously, yeah, I was, but I haven't worn the headband in Lord knows how long, in a few months now. I kind of got rid of it because it was portraying too much, like you said, Macho Man, and more myself. So I had to make some edits and some cuts. But yeah, definitely Macho Man was definitely one of my favorites growing up as a kid, and definitely Ric Flair. But at some point you have to be your own self, and that's exactly what I chose to do with in the last few months, to be myself.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're constantly reinventing and finding the perfect you. Can you talk a little bit about coming up with Apollo Cruz and Ricochet? I know you guys are longtime friends and trained together. Do you guys feed off of each other's energy in the gym and seeing each other's success?
Honestly, we don't really work out a lot. I mean, those are definitely two of my best friends. I've known them for 7 years plus now, maybe a little longer. And yeah, we definitely help each other out, and we feed like what you said, we feed off each other's success. Like, we don't want to see the next person going bad, and like we push each other. So when it's kind of like one of those things where, like, we see one person slack and we try to like pull them up and have them, what I'm saying, on the same level with us or even higher. So, but training wise, we don't really train with each other at all. I mean, one of them is married with kids, and one of them is single, and then I'm married. So it's like we all have crazy schedules, and so yeah. But we definitely talk every day, and those are definitely friends for life. Yeah.
Now, outside of the match with EC3, the cinema, it was such a good story that you guys told. Outside of that match, is there a match that you can look back on and it taught you something about yourself? You look back to that match as a very important point in your career where it's like, man, I figured something out there.
Definitely. I feel like every match I've had with Eddie during our feud, I learned something about myself and about professional wrestling. Because I mean, obviously, I feel like Eddie's one of those underrated guys who you could truly say is one of the best wrestlers in the world, but nobody ever gives him his name when they talk about their top 5 or their top 10 or whatever. So he's definitely underrated on that side. But I learned a lot of tremendous things working with them for the 6 months that we had going on in that with our angle. So that's another matchup.
So you're a little over a week out from your big title match. If Rich Swann is listening right now, do you have anything to say to him?
Get ready to get hurt March 13th.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. I'm there. I can't wait for Sacrifice.
I can't wait. Well, Moose, we appreciate you stopping by. You always have a seat here at the tavern. We can't wait to watch you continue to dominate, and we're definitely looking forward to March 13th.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Moose. Have a good night.
You too.